On today's episode of Homeworthy, we're in Minneapolis, Minnesota, visiting the charming home of Patti Wagner. Patti, who spent 13 years as a senior product designer at Target, lives here with her husband and 3 kids. Their home was once a fixer-upper that nearly faced demolition, but became their dream project. With Patti's eye for design and her husband's construction expertise, they transformed this house into a timeless and cozy family home. For Patti and her family, home is a journey, one that's been well worth the wait. Enjoy! You're watching Homeworthy, where we believe every home has a story. To shop items inspired by this and other Homeworthy episodes, be sure to check out the product links below for amazing furniture, accessories, and more.
Hey Homeworthy, I'm Patti. Welcome to Minnesota. Let me show you my home. Hi, I'm Patti Wagner. I'm also known as Patti Cake Wagner on Instagram. I also have a blog called patticakewagner.com where I cover home design and decor. My husband and I also own some rentals here in the Twin Cities. This is our Tudor home built in 1927. It has really beautiful character, lots of charm, also lots of traditional elements as well. You know, in my 20s, I was really into lots of simple, modern design, but when we bought this Tudor house, I just really loved the traditional feel, kind of that old world style. So what you'll see here in our house is a lot of like traditional elements mixed in with some casual aesthetics as well, because we have 3 kids, so nothing is like, you know, too perfect or formal. Welcome to our entryway. This is the first thing you see when you walk into our house. It's pretty small, but I feel like it has so much character. This console table we actually got when we first moved in. We were on a very tight budget. We did all of the work ourselves. Like we painted this whole entire house. We also refinished the windows. So when we furnished, we were very budget conscious. So this table is actually IKEA and it works because it's just the right width for this entryway. And I just like to keep it, you know, very simple. And this artwork here I got from our local antique store, and I feel like it just really ties in with the old world charm of our Tudor home. What I really love about our entryway is the original floor that you see here. It looks like brick, but it's some type of tile. I'm not exactly sure what it is, but my favorite part of this tile is you can see these cute, I shouldn't say cute, but this very classic inlay in the tile. And because it has this really warm color, I wanted a rug that would just really like blend in and complement the tile. So this was actually a gift from a friend of ours, and it works so well in here. So this is a vintage rug. The sliding fixture is just so beautiful. It's very unique, and I'm so glad that we kept it here. So a question I get asked a lot on my Instagram is, what is this little door here? And it is our mailbox. Speaking of, I just got some mail. All right, let's head over to the dining room. Welcome to the dining room. So our house is not an open concept. They're all just separated, and I really actually like that coziness of it. We eat in our dining room like almost 3 times a day, and when we had young kids, we really wanted a table that would be kid-friendly, so we chose a table that had this nice soft corners so the kids won't hit their heads. And I really love the wood tone. The warm wood tone just really matches the warm woods throughout our house. The table and the chairs are from Crate & Barrel. The seating is so comfortable. It has this leather that is super easy to clean and wipe off, which is very important when you've got little dirty fingers while they're having their meals. A feature that I really love about our dining room are the built-ins. So I'll show you what's in here. It's a little sparse right now. I'm still trying to figure out how to style it, but some pieces in here that I really like. This is for papaya salad. So I'm from Laos, and my favorite food is Lao food. This is the tool that you use to make papaya salad. And some of these pieces are hand-me-downs from Brian's parents. That's my husband. His mom saved a lot of things, and when she downsized, she didn't need some of these pieces. So this is like a fondue set. This crystal cake stand is a wedding gift. So a lot of the pieces in here have some meaning, and then some are just for practical everyday use. This little shelf in our dining room is so cute. I just love changing it out throughout the season. So right now, I just have books here from my husband's childhood. Our girls love to pick up these books and read them, so we'll kind of just change them out so they have something different to look at each season. These picture frames I got from our local antique store, and it had some photos in it, and I just swapped it out to put our family photos in here. I know that when you walk into some people's homes, they don't really have family photos, but I love family photos. So I have pictures of our family and our kiddos in there. When it comes to styling our table, I like to keep it really simple. It's a little bit big right now because our hydrangeas are growing, and we had a big storm that came through, so a branch snapped. So I got to bring these beauties in, and I thought, why not display them here? So with our 3 little ones, I always try to make sure that we can live in the space, and I try to not be like, oh, don't touch this, don't touch that. So I love picking rugs that are super practical but still look great in the space. So this is a jute cotton rug, and we have spaghetti spills, lots of food spills, but you can't even tell because you just blot them off and they just blend them in nicely. Now let's head into the kitchen. This is our kitchen. Believe it or not, this used to be our old attached garage. When we toured this house, it was on the market for a while. A lot of people didn't see its potential. Our laundry room, which you'll see later, was the original kitchen. So it was a very small galley kitchen, but we had this vision that this garage could be a future kitchen. And so we opened up this arch wall and created this kitchen of our dreams. So when we renovated this kitchen, my husband is very knowledgeable about construction, and I just love design. So I put together a design board, and I wanted the design board to reflect the existing parts of our home, so it didn't feel like a disconnect. So when people walked in, they would think that this kitchen has been here all along. So I chose warm terracotta tile for the floors because they really tied back to the entryway that you just saw. And I just really love how it warms up the space. And then I love a good white kitchen. I feel like every year people are saying it's in or it's out, but to me, it's just timeless. But that's not to say we won't paint it down the road. We picked these inset cabinets, which tie back to all of the cabinets that are in our house. So we have that detail, and then we also have these exposed hinges, which also ties back to the other parts of our house. And then for the countertop, I love a good marble countertop. But nothing too over the top in terms of like the veining of the marble. So we found this one. This is Carrara marble. Love just a simple veining in here. And then on the perimeter of the countertop, we picked granite countertop, and it was actually supposed to be honed countertop, but when they installed it, my husband and I were away at work, and when we came back, it was this polished granite. And they decided to give us a discount, and we thought, you know what? It's actually really practical. It wipes off so easily. So even though I love the look of honed granite, this polished marble is so easy to clean. It's so easy to maintain. So I am a big lover of plants. You'll see live plants all throughout our house. but I also love a good faux plant just for easy maintenance. So just having these little succulents and terracotta planters, it's just a simple way to add some warmth and some color into a space if you don't want it to be like overly colorful. My husband was so sweet. He actually polished our copper pans because he knew that we were doing a home tour. So he was up last night just polishing these, but I love copper cookware. So they're not just for show. We actually use this, and it usually is a little bit more patinaed, but my husband polished it. And I love a good utensil holder. So we have two because we cook here a lot. My husband is actually the cook. He cooks about 60% of the time. I'm about 40% of the time. So we love to just have utensils out so it's easy to reach. Originally, everyone told us you're gonna want a big pantry. So we thought, oh, you know, are we gonna add a big pantry here? But we decided, you know what, we love to entertain, like love to entertain. We love having family and friends over. So we decided to do a little bar area, and this gets used a lot. So we have a beverage fridge and our glassware. And this is just like a great place for us to entertain. So this gets used a lot. And I'm so glad we picked this over the pantry. We actually have a small pantry, and everyone is just surprised that with a family of 5 that this is all that we have, but it actually works for us. It's not organized, so don't judge. So this is what we have, and it works really well for us. When we renovated about 11 years ago, we were on a tighter budget than we are now. So one thing that we did to help us stay within our budget was getting secondhand appliances. So our fridge was from a Craigslist find, and our stove, our range is from a friend who was actually renovating, and this no longer fit their kitchen style. So we purchased that from our friend. And this here too, this was from our friend. And then we also got this as a floor model from the appliance store. But you know what? They work. And to me, all of this, like the stainless steel and the black stove, is timeless. I framed these photos, and this is during our demo process of the garage turned kitchen. So my husband and his brother demoed the entire garage before we started construction. And when we demoed, well, we as in my husband and his brother, we found these steel beams. I believe there were like 11 or 12 that went across. So the builder built our house to be like commercial grade. So we always joke that our house is like destruction proof. I just love looking at this because it's a great reflection on how far we've come with this house. I mean, it's been 13 years since we've been in this house. So being able to see like, that's where we started, this is where we are now, just always makes me feel very grateful. When we started designing our kitchen, you know, with the white kitchen and then with the darker floor, the darker terracotta tile floor, we felt like we needed some balance in this room. And so we added in these faux beams. I love the faux beams because it helps bring your eyes upwards and helps with the perspective of the space. All right, now I'll take you to the laundry room, which used to be the kitchen, so follow me. We are now in the laundry room, which used to be the old galley kitchen. So as you can see, it's pretty small for a kitchen, but I love that we're able to repurpose this room into our laundry room, much better than when we used to do laundry down in the basement. So these here are the original cabinets from the kitchen. So my husband restained it, and it took us a while. It was like a trial and error to try to get the right stain color because it was really orangey before. But I'm so glad that we decided to stain it and not paint it. It just really feels like, you know, it's a part of the house, and I didn't want to take that away. But some things that we did that made it feel more updated was add this backsplash here. I just really like this picket pattern. I just thought it made it feel a little bit more fresh since we kept the original cabinets. So connected to the laundry room is our mudroom. This used to be the old breakfast nook. So the family that used to live here, you know, this was their kitchen, and then they probably sat here and had their meals. So there was a window right there, which we actually turned into the doorway. So that will lead to our courtyard. It's a smaller mudroom, but it really works so well for a family. I'm just so happy that we have a mudroom. When you live in Minnesota, a mudroom is very, very important. So my husband did this built-in bench to help maximize the space, and then we stained it a similar color to the cabinets in the laundry room. And we have all of these baskets for shoes. I love baskets, super practical, and the darker color kind of helps hide all the little mud and dirt. So another thing that I had to really think about for the mudroom is just like, it can't just be like this Pinterest pretty room, like it has to work. So I really had to think about like, what kind of rug do we want in here? So this is a water hog runner. So I would highly recommend, if you live anywhere where it snows or it rains a lot, but this is super useful. I mean, we trek snow through here, tons of dirt, and then you just hose it off and looks good as new. Right off of the laundry room is our little powder room. This actually used to be really tiny. It was like the size of a telephone booth, but we just opened it up just a little and added in the beadboard to give it a little design element, but it was really just white, all white walls and super basic. But we added in beadboard. We kept this tiny sink. We could not, like, there's no other small sink out in the market. So this one, we kept the small sink and we added in this lacquered brass faucet that we found online. So one simple update that we did here was just swap out the old silver toilet handle for this brass one to tie back to our unlacquered brass faucets, and then adding in this towel bar. So just little simple updates, but I feel like they made such a big difference. Now let's head to the living room. Follow me. This is our living room. It's long and narrow, and at first it was very awkward to kind of figure out the configuration of our furniture. But we decided to break it up into two spaces. So this is a little bit more of our casual seating area, and this is a little bit more like formal, like conversational, more so for my husband and I. We sit here, we have coffee, we chat, we have our weekly meeting here, and then this is where we just sit and chat as a family. So if you have a long, narrow living room, I highly recommend splitting them up into two. In this seating area, the one thing that we wanted to keep in mind was comfort. My husband is all about furniture that he can actually like sit and like kick up his feet. This is a place where we hang out, we talk a lot here. This is where the kids read, and this is where we kick our feet up. So a nice, soft upholstered leather ottoman is just perfect for the space here. A feature that I really love about this room is this built-in shelf. It's always just fun to style it out, and so a lot of the things that I have on here are things that have some meaning to us, like our wedding photo, things that were handed down to my husband from his grandpa and his parents, and then this is a box that my husband got from his brother when he was stationed in Afghanistan. So he brought that back for him as a gift. This is a boutonniere from our wedding. So I just love that it's kind of a conversation area. So when we have people over, we can just have a conversation around the pieces in this space. This fireplace, the stone here is original to the house. This was a wood burning fireplace, but it had there was a lot of maintenance that we had to do to it. So we decided to turn it into a gas fireplace, and it has been amazing for the winter time. I mean, we use our gas fireplace a lot. It just feels so cozy in here with the fireplace. And then we added this simple wood mantle above it. Before it was just this blank space, but I always like dreamed about, you know, when it was Christmas and putting a garland up. So we added this mantle and put this mirror above, and I feel like it just really frames out the fireplace really well. When we picked our couch, we just wanted something that was really comfortable, that we can just relax in. And people are always like, how can you have this light furniture with young kids? But I don't really see an issue with it. We don't see, nothing really shows. We'll vacuum it up once in a while, but yeah, don't be afraid of light furniture. Even if you have kids, this is just, it's so comfortable. I love it. And behind the sofa, so I was trying to figure out what we wanted to put back here to help divide up the space from this casual seating to the more formal seating. And then I found this console from Etsy. So it's this couple from Texas. They custom make furniture, and they also did the custom staining for me as well. And it was a really great price. So would highly recommend that you check out Etsy if you want some custom furniture. This is our gallery wall. I love a good, simple gallery wall. I can appreciate all types of gallery wall, but I personally just love like a really simple, clean one. And I printed these photos out in black and white. So these are places that my husband and I have traveled together. Here's a picture of our wedding venue. And then also just old portraits of his grandparents. And I wish I had some of my grandparents, but I don't. But if I did, I would definitely have it up in here. But this gallery wall is a great place for us to have conversations with our guests as well, because they always ask, like, what's this photo of? Our kids love looking at this too, and they'll always ask, like, Mom, like, when did you guys go here, or where was this? I just love that our gallery wall is very personal to us. So this area here, before we had this furniture, we were just really puzzled about how we wanted it to look. I like that we have these two chairs facing each other. So my husband and I, we will sit here and we will have our weekly meetings just to catch up about work, catch up about life. And it's just like a great place for us to like sit here after the kids go to bed. And this furniture here, so this is from Crate and Barrel. This is part of the Leanne Ford line. I am so amazed at the fabric though. I thought, oh gosh, I'm gonna have to clean this a lot. I have not cleaned this, and I think I've had it for maybe 4 years now, and the fabric looks good as new. So when we're sitting in our chairs, we wanted a table where we can just set down our coffee cup, and I found this table in an antique store. I love a good round pedestal table, and this wood tone also matches the chair really well. When we had the two spaces set up, we originally had 2 different rugs, and I just felt like it wasn't flowing together as well. And also we have this old oak wood flooring, which I think it's so beautiful, but because we have oil-based poly on it, it has really yellowed over time, like, and the yellow was just like really prominent. And so I wanted a rug that covered some parts of the floor. Like before, you would see like a big chunk of the wood floor here, but I put together 2 jute wool rugs to make it look like it's this one big rug. And I feel like that really pulled the 2 spaces together. I found this rug from Pottery Barn. It's just this really plush wool jute rug. It feels really great on your feet. We put the 2 together, and it just makes the 2 seating areas flow better together. One of the things that really drew us to this house were the windows. These are original windows, and they are so beautiful. My husband reglazed all of the windows in our house, and if you look really closely, you can see it has like the wavy glass, which I think is super cool. We have radiators all throughout our house, and I do get asked what is on top of this radiator, and it's just a limestone slab. It was actually here before we moved in, and it makes a nice shelf, so adds a little functionality to it. Now I'm going to show you upstairs to show you the rest of the house, so follow me. Welcome to our primary bedroom. It's taken us quite a while to get here. It was one of the last rooms to be touched, but I am really loving where it's at right now. So our bed, this bed is actually from my husband's bachelor days, and it's got the steel frame, and for the longest time I just wanted, you know, a new bed. But then I had this idea to I just threw an old linen sheet over the steel headboard, and I added a bed skirt in here, and now it feels like a brand new bed. So I just love that we were able to create something using what we already have. And when it comes to bedding, I used to do a lot of like solid colors, but lately I've really been into like floral patterns. This toile floral like garden pattern here is just, it's just so pretty. And of course I have all of these pillows that my husband thinks is unnecessary, but I think it adds to the coziness. And the two side tables are all Facebook Marketplace finds. I cannot believe I got them from Facebook Marketplace. I got, I believe, this beautiful desk here for $50, and the one on my husband's side for $40 or $30, but they're solid wood. They are just the right tone that I wanted for this room to complement our oak floors, our oak hardwood floors. And I love that we kind of just used, like, they're mismatched. For the longest time I thought I had to have like these matching nightstands, but I'm really loving just the asymmetry of it. I am very picky about what I put on our walls, and I found these artwork from Facebook Marketplace. Again, I check Facebook Marketplace a lot. And this was from a lady who had downsized, and this was a wedding gift. When I met her and she saw that I was buying the picture frame, she said that she was really happy to see it go to a happy home. So I'm so glad that it now lives here in our bedroom. And the artwork above our bed, I had such a hard time thinking what was gonna go up here. And finally, I found this old like gift wrap from my old boss. So I used to be a product designer for Target, and one of my first celebrity designers that I worked with was John Darien. And so this was like a gift wrapping paper that my boss gifted to me. And then I found it and I decided, why not frame it? I may put like some, what do you call that? The Mod Podge, just to make it look more like an actual painting. But yeah, I just love that I just made this artwork out of this simple gift wrap, or out of the simple gift wrapping paper. So our house was built in 1927. And while there is a lot of charm and character, the closets are all pretty small. So we had these built-ins made. So this one is my husband's side and this one is mine. And I feel like when I walk in here, it's been here all along. It doesn't feel like we like added it on later. So I really love that. And then I found this old chair from Facebook Marketplace, you guessed it. And it's just a simple chair for us to sit on when we're getting ready for the day. This is what it looks inside the built-in. These are the original closets. I won't open that up because you don't want to see what's in there right now. but I'm so happy that we were able to add on to our closet because closet space is really nice to have. Off of our primary bedroom is our bathroom. So this is a total dream. This used to be a sleeping porch. So back before there was air conditioning, the previous owners would come here, open up the window to cool down during the summer. But nowadays you don't really need a sleeping porch. So we had this dream of turning it into our primary bathroom, and 2 years ago we were able to make that dream come true. My favorite thing about this bathroom is our tile. This is from Mercury Mosaics, and they make the most beautiful handmade tile. I wanted the tile to tie back to our little green bathroom, which you'll see later. We only had one bathroom upstairs, which we shared with the kids. So it's so nice to have a bathroom of our own. And that bathroom has this really beautiful green tile. So this is like the bigger sister or brother, or the cool cousin of that bathroom. When we planned the layout, so my husband and I general contracted out this project, we really just thought carefully about how we wanted to use this space. And I mean, I feel so lucky that this is a very nice size for a bathroom, much better than our little small bathroom that we have upstairs. So we knew that the bathtub had to go in front. So when you open up the French door, you were just greeted with this clawfoot tub. And then we have the shower here because there's no windows to that side. The one biggest challenge that we really had to think through was where were we going to put the vanity, and would the vanity work here because of the windows. So we decided to have the mirrors mount from the ceiling, and I feel like it really works. The lighting is so great in here. Like all the natural light that comes in is like perfect for getting ready. We had the vanity custom built so that way it would fit the size of the space. And I love this dark walnut color. I won't open the drawers right now, but loving just this walnut, the walnut color. And then we actually added these faux exposed hinges so it would tie back to the rest of our cabinetry in the house. This is marble on here, and I know people have warned us about marble in the bathroom, but it's been 2 years and I could not think of another material to use in here. It's just so elegant, and I love the backsplash and the side splash that we added here. Now let's head to the girls' room. Right across from our primary bedroom is our girls' room. I adore their room. It's like what I would have wanted when I was a little girl. So they share this room and they absolutely love it. They're like best friends. The twin beds here, this was actually just an affordable find we ordered from Target, and it works really well in here. So when we moved into this house, and we were renovating and just remodeling, we were doing a lot of DIY work. This is where we stayed, and we had to fix a lot of cracks in this room. When my daughter, my oldest daughter, moved in here, it was just her, but we knew that we just had this hope that someday she would have a sibling to share this room with. So we actually got 2 twin-size beds, and we painted it this really charming pink color. And this was the color that both of the girls wanted. So we had them decide between a few colors. We like put the swatches on the walls, and then they ultimately picked this color. My oldest daughter just loves horses. She would like to have a horse of her own, but for now we'll have some artwork up on the walls. Some are vintage artwork and some are new that we got from Etsy. Their closets are kind of an odd size, so it's really low. So we got these 2 closets from IKEA, and it works for now, but when they get older, I'm guessing we'll do some type of built-in in here, but for now it works. My daughters are like little old souls. I like to say they love going antique shopping with me. They love it when I find things on Facebook Marketplace for them. So some of the artwork pieces are from Facebook Marketplace or from antique stores. This little desk here, I found secondhand, and they just love this table. So this is where they kind of just sit and read. And then I also found this stool, which looks like it goes with the table, but I found it separately on Facebook Marketplace as well. For their bedding, they just really love flowers. They love lots of like really cute patterns. And so that's what we have incorporated in their bedding. I just really love how this dark pink here goes well with their wall. I know I mentioned their closet earlier, so we turned that into their little reading spot. So one of the features that the girls and I really love is this scallop lighting. I feel like it just pulls everything together. Just love that little scallop detail. Now let's head over to my son Jack's room. Follow me. This is Jack's room. He is 5 years old, and this is very much a 5-year-old's room. He just loves cars, construction, anything with wheels. So when we designed this room, we wanted to make sure that it really reflected like his personality. So like the wall art, I actually, I scanned this old book that my husband had when he was a kid. And this was a book that Jack really loves. He wanted to read this book like every single night when he was a toddler. So I just scanned them and framed them. And I think that's such a great way to create artwork. So this room used to be the nursery for all 3 of our kids. So this room is like very sentimental to me. Every time I walk in this room, I can just like, you know, envision them when they were little tiny babies. But now it's Jack's big kid room. It's small, but I think it's just so adorable. I love this little shelf here. And these are books from my husband's childhood days. And you see a lot of things from my husband's childhood because I don't have anything from my childhood. If I did, they would definitely be here, but I don't really have anything from when I was a kid. But yeah, I just love these little pieces. He loves cars. He loves old cars. He said his wish one day is to build a car with Dad. So when Jack transitioned from a crib to a bed, I was afraid of him like falling off the bed. So I wanted a more low profile bed. And this one is just perfect. I love this wood tone. I think it's such a great, cute bed. And for the bedding, I kind of just like to keep it solid in here. Jack has like a lot of colorful toys and books. So for the bedding, we just kind of keep it simple, and he doesn't really care about his bedding at all. One of Jack's favorite things in his room from a design standpoint is this light. This is from Creighton Kids. He says it's his solar system light. So every time he turns it on, he just giggles, which I think is so cute. Yeah, I mean, it's a small room, but I think it really works for him. Now I'll take you outside to our patio. Right off of our kitchen is our patio or / courtyard. I feel like this is a total dream. Like we're living in a dream. This took us 2 years to make happen. The last piece of this was adding this pergola, and we just got that installed. But the pergola, the fireplace, the little seating area with the backdrop of our hydrangeas. I mean, what more can you ask for? This is just a great place for our family to sit and just hang out during summer. But during the fall, I'm excited to just also turn on the fireplace and be out here. Like, just imagine, you know, making s'mores and all of that. So our outdoor furniture is from Brown Jordan when they had their limited collaboration with Home Depot. So they don't sell it anymore, but I just really love how it's easy to maintain with this faux wicker, and the seating is like really, really comfortable. But we've had this for about 9 or 10 years and I feel like it looks good as new. This teak coffee table is from Birch Lane, and we also have the matching deck box behind there. But I love teak wood for outdoors. They're super durable, and I feel like they just add like a nice warm and like cozy feeling to the outdoors. This is our outdoor dining area. This is where we have a lot of our meals during the summer. So this teak has grayed over time, but we can simply refinish it to get it to look like that again. But I don't mind the gray that much. This patio umbrella is from Pottery Barn with Sunbrella furniture. So it is super durable. It won't mold or mildew, which is perfect for the outdoors. I just love the simple black and white stripe in here. It feels like we're in like some English countryside, even though we're in the heart of the city. Well, Homeworthy, it's been great having you. I'll see you next time.
Thanks for watching. Be sure to go to homeworthy.com for exclusive content, shopping guides, and so much more.